Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. Check them out for all three so that you know which part of you I resonate with most as a reader. With that said, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. For your key to the week this week, you have the Strength card. So first and foremost, before we check out anything else this week, my dear Saggies, I want you to make sure that you are paying attention to looking after and giving your physical body and health as much love as you possibly can. Remember, the Strength card very often shows up as the body. So this week, I want you to really pay attention to your physical health. And in all of these different areas of life that we're going to explore this week, it's very likely that you will be making a move of some sort, right? Now, when I say a move, it doesn't mean a literal move. Well, we'll see. Right, but you'll be making a move this week that will require some grit, some guts, some strength. All right. So for your actions and options, you've got this Seven of Pentacles. For those of you that have just started a new health regime, for those of you that have just started a new diet or whatever the case might be, stick with it. I can see that you're getting impatient. I can see there's a part of you already that's like, no, I've had enough. This is boring. It's not doing it. Da, 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 da. You have to stick with it, all right? You started a process and now you have to see it through. Now, in another way that this could show up is because your actions and options, this suggests that you've already started something, and that Seven of Pentacles, you're getting to the point where you're like, okay, I can't be asked with this now because I'm not seeing a result. Now, this is like, you know when you start cleaning your room or some part of the house and you're really fired up at the beginning, you put your tunes on, you get started, and then before you know it, you're like, oh my fucking god, please, is this ever going to end? Right? This could be that kind of energy. Now, the Seven of Pentacles, in terms of options that are available to you, this is the option or the opportunity to persevere. All right, stick with it. For your for your communications and conversations, you've got the Chariot card. So there's a breakthrough coming, but you have to have the guts to see it through. So you've got the Seven of Pentacles, you've got the Chariot card, which is number 7. 2 sevens represents news. This is some piece of information that's coming in for you now that is not only going to make you jump with joy, but it's also, you're going to see, right, that having that grit, that determination and seeing it through was worth it. All right, it was absolutely worth it. The Chariot card is a breakthrough or a victory or success of some sort within your professional and or academic sphere. Now, for those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, for what feels like the longest round of study in the history of studies, you have reached a satisfactory conclusion, right? Don't fuck it up on the last stretch. You're on the home stretch. You just have to have a little more grit to see this through, but it's coming, okay? For those of you that are employed by somebody else, especially if you've needed to have a conversation with your boss or a superior about what you feel like you don't have or where you don't feel like you're supported or whatever the case might be, right? Wherever that shows up for you this week in your employment, you've got to have the guts, the grit and the strength to go into your boss, right? Maybe don't march in and break the door down, but just go in and say, look, this isn't working for me. And to be honest, whatever it is that you ask for or you let's say command instead of demand, right? If you can come at it from that kind of energy, you know, use the charm, use the Saggy charm, the persuasive energy, and I think you will have, you'll get some really good satisfactory results here. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, it looks like you've had a really difficult job on, or maybe like a difficult client, or you know, somebody that's just like everything that you do, it just hasn't been good enough. And then this week, finally, you persevere, you stick to it, you have the grit and the guts, and actually things then start to improve. If you are a come on, brain. Oh god. Yeah. If you're retired and no longer working, I had a complete brain melt there. Yeah, if you're retired and no longer working, this actually could be a travel week for you. I wouldn't be surprised. It could be a travel week for all of you. In fact, for some of you, this could even be travel through or with or around your work or your studies. So that could be really nice as well. Sorry, that one bloody house fly that drives me mad. Okay, for your love and relations, you've got the Five of Cups. Um, it's possible, they say absence makes the heart grow fonder. It could be that maybe some travel that you have on or something that you're planning to do, maybe your partner doesn't want you to do, and it's not a deal breaker. It's just like, oh, I feel like I haven't seen you for the longest time, or I feel like we don't spend as much time together anymore. There is something here that is leaving you somewhat unfulfilled or potentially a little bit sad this week. And if that is the case, this might be the time to have the courage, right? Have the guts, have the heart to heart with your partner to tell them, this is how I'm feeling right now. For those of you that are single, it looks like you maybe started down the process with, started down the path with somebody and going through the process. Now you realize actually this person isn't for me. And, I've got to be honest with you, let them down gently or easy, because it looks like this person actually does like you and you're not as invested, right? And you've got to have the strength and the courage to say so now rather than it become a problem later on, okay? For your money and materials, you've got the Empress card. You better get this money, honey. Okay, so Empress and the Strength card. Really, if you want that money, you got to go after it, right? You've got to show up for it. That Chariot card is not going to happen by itself, and this Seven of Pentacles is literally showing you like this is what needs to be done. So you've got to stick in for it, right? The reward is just round the corner. But if you quit, it's kind of like that picture. We've all seen it, right? There's two guys heading towards the diamonds with their pickaxes, right? And one gets right up. There's like literally only a sliver before he was to break through and have all of his diamonds. And then you've got the other guy who's just racing at it. Like, he's like, I don't give a shit how long how far there is to go, right? So you've got to stick in with it because you're just about to have the goodies. Now, with the Empress, when it comes to your physical health and vitality, the Empress is beautifying, right? So this with the Strength card, maybe some of you are having a little bit of cosmetic work, darling. There's a shift or a change in how you look. You've got this with the Seven of Pentacles. So whatever this is, it's been a process or it is a process. If you stick with it, the results will be there, right? You will get the results, you will get the rewards. If you walk away now or you don't complete it, you won't see the results. It's just kind of, it's one of those hard moments of, okay, well, I've got to do this then. For when it comes to your the home and environment, this is you working on the garden, the balcony, the external part of the home, right? This is you doing all of those works. And maybe this is the thing that you started and you're like, oh my God, this is never ending. I can't believe it. Like, why did I go down this path? It will absolutely be worth it in the end, but you got to show that grit now, Saggies. All right. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care and I'll see you soon.